DFS Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. Second to last show of the NBA season here for us, guys. 5 games on the Thursday. Season's basically over. NBA regular season ends on Sunday, right? No one's playing Saturday, everybody's playing Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, all these teams are already ruling everybody out. Boston sat their entire team. Not that Boston's on the slate, but you would imagine Cleveland not going to play anybody.
They already ruled everyone. They already ruled them all out.
Already ruled them out, right? Nothing to be gained from this game here. You see a lot of teams questionables for their stars. So while this is a 5-game slate, like in quotations, there's end of season NBA. Getting closer and closer. Some guys that you probably haven't heard of are going to be seeing minutes. We got a Terrence Davis signing by Sacramento. That guy hasn't been in the league all year. Probably going to play 45 minutes on Friday and, score 60 fantasy points. So per usual, we'll do our best here. It'll probably be a little bit of a quicker show as we work our way through today's 5-game slate. We'll have a playbook out for all of you. You guys can get in the Discord if you're a Fantasy Alarm subscriber. Otherwise, you can certainly go ahead and leave your comments and questions in the chat here in the comment section of today's show, and we'll help you guys get ready for the 5-game main slate. Grande, how are we? How are we doing here, man? I mean, what are we looking at when it comes to teams that have things to play for on this slate? Anything of note with these matchups that you want to highlight before we jump into the position by position breakdown?
Yes. So the Pistons can be the 5 seed. So I know Cade is on the injury report, but he's probable. Tobias is probable. Stewart, Beef Stew, is questionable. I expect we see big minutes out of them. Second game back for Cade. He played 33 minutes. Basically played the whole second half. Indiana can also move up to the 3 seed, I believe.
Yep. 2 games behind New York. Both play on this slate.
Both play on the slate. So they, the Knicks obviously want to win because I think, what do they got? They have 3 games left. Indiana has 3 games left. 1 wins out, 1 loses out. They could potentially flop. So Knicks, Pistons, Pacers will be running their guys out. Atlanta hasn't slowed down. They've run everyone out. The Cavs ruled out 4 of 5 starters, Jared Allen being the one that hasn't. He also got rested 3 games ago at halftime, did not play again. Jared Allen is on pace to play all 82 games. So they had an agreement that in some of these final games, he will play half and then rest.
Yeah.
That will be the case here. Jared Allen will start the game. He will need to play it to qualify for that. You need to play a certain amount of minutes. We said Mikal Bridges, right?
Yeah.
We've done this before. The Mikal Bridges thing in Brooklyn last year. So Jared Allen will start, will not play the second half of this game. So basically 4.5 starters out for Cleveland. Sure. Indiana's going to play their guys. They want to get to the 3 seed. No chance really Milwaukee catches them unless they have a absolute collapse. Atlanta's going to play their guys. Brooklyn's already ruled out their guys. Pelicans are obviously a mess. They're out Olynyk already. Alvarado, Messi, Brown on the injury report. So that could be messy. Milwaukee's trying to fend off Detroit.
Yep.
So they will play their guys. Also, 24-point comeback in the fourth quarter the other day, spearheaded by Bobby Portis in his return. Welcome back, Bobby Portis.
Welcome back, Bobby.
And Minnesota-Memphis is the biggest game on the slate in terms of because the Western Conference is an absolute – you cannot lose.
Yeah.
You cannot lose in the West.
You can literally go from the 3 to the 8, and
you're facing you're hosting a playoff series to facing the Thunder in the first round right. in one loss. So
yeah, it's insane.
Now This is 7-8. If Minnesota loses this game, they're basically in the play-in. Like they cannot move. So because 4 through 7 is currently tied. The Clippers have the tiebreaker over all of them. The Clippers are currently the 4. So that is the most meaningful game. I would say 5 of the 8 teams on this, or 1, 2, 3. I did math is hard. 10 teams. There's not 8 teams. A lot going on for me today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 10 teams playing for something on the slate. So that, I guess that's nice to see. 7 that's a win. 70% at this stage of the NBA. That's a win.
Yeah, I agree. The West is hilarious. I can't wait to see how it shakes down over the next couple of games to see who is, like you said, hey, we're the 3 seed. No, we're the 8 seed.
We're the 8. No, yeah.
So it'll be funny to see. All right, let's get into it. Point guard position, as you mentioned, Cade is taking on the Knicks. These 2 teams have everything to play for. As we talked about, the Knicks are trying to hold off Indiana, while Detroit is trying to catch Milwaukee. So both of these teams, you got to figure, are going to be all in on their positions here. Same thing with Indiana going up against Cleveland. Again, the Pacers trying to catch the Knicks. I already mentioned Cleveland without guys. So Halliburton and Cade are going to be guys that are expected to just go ahead and play their minutes. Trae Young and Atlanta, as mentioned, in the play-in game, locked in there. But, they're only a game above Chicago and Miami for the 9-10. So they too could fall. So these top 3 guards, Morant involved, Brunson involved, all of them are playing for something here on the slate.
Yeah, I have no problem getting to basically anything Cade to Brunson. I think there's a legitimate case for all of them. Cade, 33 minutes last game, matchup proof. Doesn't matter that he'll probably draw OG or Bridges. He is great. Trae Young has been great all year. Will continue to be great to the end of the year. We'll finish with probably the most underrated season across the NBA, and nobody's going to even basically consider Trae for all NBA or all anything, even though you could probably go back in NBA history and count how many players have 24 and almost 12 and not make an NBA, an all NBA team. I bet you there's not many of those guys. So I love Trae. Can definitely play Halliburton against the second and third string Pacer or Cavs because they have something to play for. Ja has obviously looked great. Didn't need him for more than 27 minutes the other day, but
he's throwing grenades now.
But he's throwing grenades and he's not shooting them anymore. Or at least when he's shooting grenades, he's accurate with them. So Ja in this new pick and roll heavy offense with Zach Edey playing all the minutes has been as good as Ja Morant's looked in a couple of years, amidst all the drama and all the trade rumors that are now circulating with Ja. He looks great. Even though it's a tough spot, we know the implications of that game. And hey, Jalen, welcome back. How would you like to play 34 and 38 minutes after a month absence? Sure, Tom, I would love to. I might feel very winded at the end of it all, but so if you want to play Brunson, this is one of those tricky spots for Asar Thompson because Asar Thompson is definitely going to be guarding him. And Jalen Brunson is one of the best foul baiters in the NBA. So definitely an interesting battle there because Asar obviously has the size and athleticism advantage, but no size and athletic advantage ever has bothered Jalen Brunson. He's
always been smaller. So he's smaller, quicker. So I'm with you. I think you can play any of them. Obviously Cade in a competitive game will have a little bit of the advantage there. Going back and forth and Ja, tougher matchup, but an elite play there. Now we hit the value tiers. You mentioned a lot of guys kind of already ruled out with their different situations here. You do have Keon though, cleared to play. DeAndre Russell's already ruled out.
Yeah. I'm not against it. My only hesitation is the minutes thing where he just played 20 the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know why Keon Johnson would be, but he's like, I guess, would they consider him like a normal rotation player? Like, let me tell you, like, this is how I feel about Keon Johnson. The last game without him, John, because this is what everyone's doing, right? This is the Raptors started doing it first. Jalen Wilson started, played 21 minutes. Trenton Watford started, played 22 minutes, didn't play after he checked out in the third quarter. Zaire Williams started 16 minutes, didn't play after the third quarter, didn't close either half. Nick Claxton started 16 minutes. All 5 players that they used off the bench, ETN, Timmy, Lewis, Whitehead, Evwoma, played 23 or more minutes. So the only starter I probably get to here is Reese Beekman. And only because I don't believe that any of them, any like player that's played for them this year, like legitimate minutes, get enough time to matter. So sure. I'm out on Keon Johnson because I think he's not long for this game.
Okay. Where are we going then for the value of the point guard position?
Value at the point guard position. Kevin Porter Jr. continues to play more than Ryan Rollins, and Kevin Porter Jr. continues to be
awesome.
A super productive on the basketball court, super productive basketball player. They 48 minute split last time out. So we are contending with that. Ty Jerome, I'd imagine Ty Jerome starts. Now, the only problem with Ty Jerome is he's going to start. I don't know what the minutes are going to look like for Ty Jerome, because another one where like Cleveland has the 1 seed locked up officially. They could just run Jerome out there for 40 minutes. They could also just be like, you're too valuable to us as a 6-man, and possibly the only like guard they use off the bench in the playoffs. Like, let's just not play you and play Craig Porter all the minutes. But I say that, and Craig Porter's didn't play on Tuesday. So
Celtics still played Peyton Pritchard 35 minutes on the.
They did. They did. So maybe they go Jerome as like, hey, Peyton Pritchard is going for your 6-man award, Ty. Show him who's boss, right? Even though I think Peyton Pritchard has that award just sewn up. So Jerome at 47. Reese Beekman did not score the other day, John. But Reese Beekman had 10 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals in 31 minutes. If he starts again, you could definitely go to Beekman. Elf Payton also started. He has consistently given us double-digit assists. Or he will start if Jose Alvarado sits. You can play Elf Payton if you want. Tyson Etienne played 26 minutes off the bench. So happy we don't have to mention that Travis Etienne's long-lost brother will not be in the NBA probably next year that we have to talk about. But here we are, late season NBA. And then obviously if Craig Porter Jr. does play, Craig Porter Jr. has been a good fantasy player for basically every time he stepped on the floor.
Sure. Shooting guard. Ant Edwards, $9,500 in a competitive game. I'm sure we're going to be looking to click that button.
I would definitely like to click that button. All the minutes the other day, all the shot attempts, just didn't make them. But 7 rebounds, 4 assists, blocks, steals, all the purples were there. Just kind of wasn't great, right? Just kind of wasn't great. 10 for 27, but the minutes were awesome.
That obviously Bain. You can play Daniels there. Competitive games we talked about. A lot of these players actually are in competitive games on this slate. So, really you're just discounting like Cleveland and Brooklyn and the Pelicans. From this slate of teams that aren't looking to play for anything here. So, mid range. Do you have interest in like Mikal Bridges or Malik Beasley? What are your thoughts here?
Beasley at the price I think is too expensive with Cade back.
14 3-point attempts in that game.
Yeah, I just worry about the minutes of Toby probable. I think the minutes kind of go back to where they've been, which is like typically been the low 20s. Mikal plays a lot of minutes, so if you want to play Mikal, I think that's okay. Karis LeVert is a guy that might play 30, might play 20, but if you get the 30 minutes, he's a guy who has a ceiling. Try to guess Neesmith Matherin. Good luck.
Yeah.
Try to guess when Gary Trent was going to make shots. Good luck. I told you the other day I like Dariq Whitehead. I thought Dariq Whitehead was a guy that could potentially take a lot of shots. He took 9, took 7 from 3-point land, but 25 minutes for Dariq Whitehead, 25 fantasy points, 4,100. I don't hate that. Antonio Reeves is my guy. I've said it all year. Anytime this guy's got an extended run, he's just out there. He's out there chucking. He's an offensive firecracker, dude. He is just getting shots up, and he's getting them up in bunches. So, love Reeves, and Olynyk's out, and like their other 3 starters are questionable. So like it's basically the Antonio Reeves show when all of them inevitably get ruled out.
Yep, agreed with you. Anybody else you want to mention?
Sam Merrill probably starts.
Sure.
Right? Probably get Sam Merrill start.
For sure. What's the other one?
Their first round pick, Jalen Tyson. Yeah, he'll start as well.
We got a couple of run out of him earlier this year when he was
he had a start. He had a start in one of those games. I think he started if I remember correctly in the Pelicans game speaking of Reeves, that I paired with Reeves earlier in the year. I think
this one, 37 minutes. Yeah, 45.
Yeah, and I remember we were talking about it in the Discord, and he was mid-salary. I was like, he's starting. I don't have a problem playing a min-salary starter here. Yeah. And he did me well. Thank you to maybe we'll get a second takedown with Jalen Tyson because they're down 5 starters.
He's gonna start. Reeves is gonna start, and you're gonna play him. So
Ooh, I'll try to. I also had Ty Jerome that night, so maybe I'll try to rekindle my same lineup. My same lineup, yeah.
Can lightning strike twice? Is the question. All right. Anybody else?
TBD. We'll have all the content in the
yeah. Small forward, your top price small forward. Josh Hart's out, huh? That's interesting. And OG.
And OG.
Interesting. So no McBride then?
You know what? I was about to say, so it's definitely Precious, because I was about to say they're going to probably go double big with Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson out for this one, John.
So Precious, Towns, Bridges, McBride, and
Brunson. Well, we didn't talk McBride. $5,000. Sheesh.
Well, he was. I would imagine they had the foresight there. Maybe
$5,000. That's so sad. What's Precious? 30. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna click that button.
Okay.
That button's gonna get clicked.
Sure. Sure. Foresight. Foresight.
Yeah, foresight. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. You got Asor Thompson at $6,700. Chasing around Jalen Brunson, as you mentioned. Kuzma 66. That one obviously puts a new light a little bit on Mikal Bridges at 57.
Yeah, it does. It does for sure. I think Asar is still indifferent about the price, and I keep hating on him, and he keeps being great. But I think Mikal looks pretty good here at 57.
I don't know why you're down on Asar Thompson. I mean, like, he has proven time and time again when the minutes are there and he can stay out of foul trouble, as productive as his brother can be at times.
I agree that I'm a hater, and I shouldn't be. Yeah, I agree that I'm a hater and I shouldn't be. No, I should not be. I have been a hater and I should not be a hater.
Yeah, you dogged me all year. I was hating on Paul George. You just kept on yelling at me.
Well, I mean, it's just you're hating on a guy with an elite resume, other than a championship.
Not this year.
Yeah, this year, yeah. I grant you, this year he stunk
the entire time. He got hurt in the preseason, and he's been bad the whole season. So
I will take an L that Paul George stunk this year, but you are discrediting Paul George's resume.
I'm just saying he's probably a little overrated. Jaden McDaniel, any interest here?
Boy, remember when we were like, man, $7K too expensive? I don't think so.
Well, that's when they were without like 9 players.
No, I know.
Someone's going to see that run, though, and be like, look what he can be if we make him the guy.
I know. Future Charlotte Hornet, Jaden McDaniels.
Dude, for real, dude.
I mean, it's fine. He's gonna play
Levert. I mean, Zaire. I mean, I know you're mentioning everybody's not going to play.
He's gonna get benched.
DeAndre Hunter.
Why didn't he get rolled out?
Nobody. Dude.
I wonder though. Does he get benched at half? Because if he starts, him and Jared Allen, do they just play at half and then they just like, all right, you guys are good?
He played 27 minutes against the Bulls.
Do you think that's just like a rep?
If it's DeAndre Hunter by himself, like there's definitely some upside here.
I don't disagree. I want the reporting. I would love to see the reporting.
You ain't getting that though.
I would love to see the reporting on the minutes because that would be,
We play Keon Brooks at 4,100.
Yeah, if he starts and all these guys are out, he'll play boatloads of minutes.
Guys you've never heard of playing 20+ minutes a night for the last week and a half.
Yeah.
Tosan.
Evwoma.
Evwoma.
Yeah. You know where he went to college?
Duke.
Princeton.
There you go. Maxwell Lewis.
An Ivy Leaguer. Yeah, dude. Former Laker great. No one wants to remember he was included. He was a big piece in the D'Angelo Russell trade.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Okoro's probably live for big minutes, but he's a 0 typically. What does Memphis do, I guess? Do they just start Aldama with Jalen Wells done for the year?
Probably. I mean, they've been starting Aldama most of the season when they've had
anyone out. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could start Vince Williams. That wouldn't shock me if they did that. That
was what they started Vince Williams in the second half, but he played 4 minutes and then didn't play again until the fourth quarter where he played 5 minutes. So,
I mean, he really hasn't been good this year. So
no, he has not. The honeymoon 3-point shooting phase is over for Vince Williams. I'll tell you that.
You said the whole time, if he stopped hitting threes, he'd be bad, and here he is.
Yeah, here we are.
All right, power forward Giannis versus the Pelicans. I mean, if it's Giannis here by himself, or versus that's a smash.
Yes,
smash spot. Siakam likewise against the backups of Cleveland here.
Yes.
You mentioned Bobby Poe. Bobby Poe, 29 minutes. You know why? Because he wasn't hurt. He was suspended. So
he was not hurt.
He was not hurt. He was suspended.
He was fully able to move and work out and do all the things an injured player could not do. So
if they ruled out Giannis in this game.
If they ruled out Giannis, I think Giannis plays. But yeah, if they ruled out Giannis, he'd be the highest roster player of the slate.
Porter could immediately be there. So
no Dame, no Dame.
Yeah,
that's a dream to play Bobby Portis.
Carlo, 46.
Sure, good fantasy point per minute player.
Right, 27 minutes, 26 minutes in the last game.
Yeah.
Where do you go next? Chuma? Does Chuma get a start?
He might. I mean. I probably not because Hunter is apparently playing and Jared Allen is going to try to play 82 games, but
he gets start for Mobley.
But here's the question: you're building one lineup: Chuma Okeke 3,700 or Precious Achiuwa with Tom Thibodeau behind him at 33.
I think Chuma, if he's starting, look what he was doing as a starter this year.
Yeah,
you still got to deal Precious Achiuwa with Towns, and
he would have to start.
Yes,
that's the only condition you can play Chuma.
I would agree. Has to start, 100%. I got nothing else though. Does PJ Tucker get a start over Precious Achiuwa?
No. They signed. I don't know why they signed him to a 2-year deal, but I think it was for the vibes.
Yeah.
They like his they like his shoe collection.
Needed someone to mean mug Tatum during the playoffs,
Yeah, that's yes.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right, center we go. Towns is $9,700.
It's too cheap.
Feels like a good spot.
Yeah, it's too cheap.
I guess the question is, does Isaiah Stewart fight him?
Always live. Always a possibility. That is
super live.
Always a possibility.
For Beef Stew to get a double tech ejection play here on Towns.
Correct.
Super live. Oni's $8,400 now. Yeah, pat on our backs here for being on the Oni train way before.
3 years.
We knew, we saw, we knew, we waited, and here we are now. $8,400.
He's gonna dominate.
50 and 60 bombs, 3 of the last 4.
He's gonna dominate this game.
Yeah.
He's gonna dominate this game. Nick Claxton's gonna play half the game, and then Drew Timmy's his backup.
Yeah.
He's gonna dominate.
He's gonna absolutely smash.
He's gonna smash.
He's gonna smash. Randall, Gobert, 67.
Yeah, he finally flopped, and no surprise. Like, yes, the rebounds were kind of disappointing, but like the offense could not sustain forever.
He embarrassed
because
the
he's
hell
never
out of
been
us.
off.
We spent like 8 minutes talking about his rebound chances.
Yep, and then double down on how good he's been offensively, and then he was terrible.
Oh, the offensive rebounds that we talked about. He had 16 offensive rebound chances a game. He wasn't getting them. So
yeah, more than like half the league just normal rebounds.
He was averaging almost 7 offensive rebounds a game for the 5 games. So, that translated into putbacks, and he didn't get those in this game. So maybe now, I don't know. He's got to deal with Edie though there in the middle. If you think Allen's only playing half that game, Miles Turner's in a great spot at 63.
Yeah. Yep, I like Turner. He's been amazing lately.
Brolo obviously has a ceiling if you wanted to get there.
Edie, just click Zach Edie. He has been incredible.
Are you concerned about Gobert though on the other side of this? Defensively, really good. Also an elite rebounder.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I do like all the pick and roll.
Oh, he's been the player we probably thought could have been there if they gave him the.
This is college. This is Purdue, Zach Edey, right? Led them to the college championship, Zach Edey.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have too much concern. I would still click the button.
I just don't know if we get Gobert back to what he was previously. I don't see Edey getting 19 to 21 rebounds in a game, right? Gobert's going to have.
It's fair.
I'll say into that. So, mentioned play Carlo here. I would throw a. Where's our guy here? Where is he?
46.
Stewart's questionable.
Oh, yeah, he's questionable.
They won't play Paul Reed, but
I thought you were talking about our boy Timmy.
No. So he's also a little bit more expensive than I would have wanted to play Isaiah Stewart at. I thought he was going to be back down to 3K. Yeah, I mean, Drew Timmy's here, obviously. 29 minutes. Continues to get the run. Any other centers?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. So let's get Reeves. Reeves in a shooting guard or small forward, maybe. Do we think Tyson plays? Probably, right?
I mean, there's a lot of direction they can go. I mean, they still have a lot of active guys. I mean, Jerome.
I mean, Merrill's 3,300. Like, we know for sure Merrill will play in this game.
Jerome probably gets like a solid run.
Jones 47. I'll go Towns here. Power forward.
Knicks Precious Achua.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's 33.
Let's go Caden, run it back on the other side of that game. Or are you worried about minutes? What do you think here?
No, he's trending up. Yeah, he's fine.
All right, 72. We can probably just go Oni as a double center play here, and then go 61 forward. Portis, Bridges, Aldama.
Yeah, any of the above. Any of the
Or just
above.
got the minutes right away. So we'll go there. Jerome, Merrill, Reeves, Achua, Towns, Cunningham, Portis, and a Kongu with $400 left over. How's it look?
Good.
Alrighty. Playbook will be out for the Thursday slate here, guys. Again, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. We'll help you guys out throughout the day here. And then we'll be back. Got a Friday slate, and that's it. That's the end of our live shows here, our preview shows for the NBA season. So we will talk to you then. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you later.